Fuck, I forgot what I wanted to say. Oh yeah. So there's some beautiful females that work at my job. There's this one that works at night. But at night, what they do is they stock everything. So the truck will bring in an order, and there's these gentlemen who take it out of the truck and put it in a specific spot, and then they kind of get there when the store's still open. And then like them, I guess you could say, the main people or the ones who work full time, they'll come in and they work in a specific department, and they make sure whatever was brought there on a pallet, they undo the pallet, maybe put it on top of the shelf. And there's one, so she's a hard worker, bro. She's a fucking hard worker. I never talked to her, but I just know she's naturally beautiful, like her face, like her body's not really symmetrical. She's kind of skinny. Probably doesn't work out, whatever. So I walked by and I seen a water bottle that didn't have a sticker on it, like one of those hydro flask or hydro whatever. And I said, whose water bottle is that? And I gave her a sticker, and just right off the bat, right off that little encounter, I noticed she was sweet, like super sweet girl. Super kind, far different than me, And I gave her a sticker, and she a super sticker. She probably won't put it on her water bottle, I'm kind of shy around her, I really just want to be a friend to flirt with her, and I don't know her much, I don't see her throughout my shifts to ever kind of get acquainted with her. I don't really know if she's friendly to flirtation, me, I throw a little, I don't know, make fun of somebody, I don't know, just to be funny with the ladies, Yeah, and I just right away recognize her skin is just fucking beautiful. Beautiful skin. Beautiful. Dude, just naturally fucking gorgeous, man. Right away, just oh shit. I can tell she's probably thinks I'm physically attractive, but most women, if they're not more sexual than the typical female, are gonna use their brain and just think, okay, well, just because they're physically attractive, well, what about, will this person take care of my heart? Will this person care to provide with me? And obviously she's a hard fucking worker. She works in the middle of the fucking night. And then, which is also intriguing, and turns on my light bulb in my head, why does she work overnight? Why not go to school? You work hard, why not see something more, She's your mother. I really want to get to know her. She seems super humble. She's super, just right away. I knew she was beautiful from far. When I got close and gave her my stickers, oh, thank you. She wasn't a bitch. She wasn't thinking I wanted to fuck her. You know what I mean? She wasn't arrogant or even insecure, I don't think. A lot of people are mean or angry because they're insecure, they have a guard up. She wasn't super guarded, And what I'm getting at, I think reading books helps me, because I noticed Leo Tolstoy, he'll get real dense. He'll get real in-depth. He'll start off his chapters real in-depth, and then he'll all of a sudden transition into speaking about, like, then that's when he'll bring his characters into the chapter. And you understand, oh, this is what he was getting at. I'm pretty sure in writing it has a specific name. Kind of what I was doing right now, talking about this female to get to the point I was bringing up. So there's this other coworker I have. She's actually new, but she's actually worked for different Home Depots, but she's from Texas. And she has a lot of piercings on her face. I knew she was naturally beautiful. She's kind of like a rock, like not punk rock, but like kind of like odd. Like she wears like this, like those kind of long sweaters that like your mom would wear. She covers up a lot, but she wears black and stuff. She has piercings and she has her bangs, but she wears like these nerdy glasses. She has like those like rockabilly bangs and shit in the front of the hair. But she wears like that fucking long ass trench coat, like that sweater type of trench coat, and it's fucking hot right there. And so you can't really tell, but I could already tell. Like, she used to wear a mask too. I don't know why the fuck. She's from Texas. She wears a fucking mask at work. But I could just tell she's fucking beautiful, like already. Like I'm so fucking good at that shit, And so I swear she wears long ass, like that long ass sweater, like the one your mom would wear, like that long ass, like I don't know what it made out of cotton or wool or whatever. It's kind of thin, it's not long, but so she covers up. Wouldn't know it. Like, she's short too. You wouldn't know it, but one day she wore shorts. I'm like, damn, she looks like she has a body underneath that, like, and I actually like talked to her because she was in my department, and I was like, so I'm just trying to get to know her. And that's when I found out she was from Texas and she came over here and yada yada yada, and then so I'm thinking about it like, fuck, because I'm trying to be smart, So the next day I said, who did you move over here with Texas with, because either it's your family, but most of the time it's probably gonna be a boyfriend. And she told me a boyfriend. But a lot of times that shit never works out, right? So, and I'm getting somewhere too. But the bus is gonna come and I have to finish it off, but so sometimes that shit doesn't work out, And then all of a sudden she's here by herself, but she don't want to go back. So I haven't talked to her again. I haven't really like caught her alone or whatever. But after that day when I spoke, like when she told me, oh, my boyfriend, or I came out here with my boyfriend, but she didn't say we're not together no more. She could have said ex-boyfriend or whatever. But then that's when I was like more talking to her and close to her, right? And I was like, man, she's like probably closer to my age. She's not that young and fucking probably beautiful, especially underneath all that she's covering up, Who knows? She probably has a fucking like 2 vaginas or something, I'm fucking around, but I wanted to ask her, are you still with the guy? So anyway, so I had these little intrigues, right? Like I had this little intrigue here. But I don't know these women, I don't know them. But yesterday when I was on the bus, I got off one bus to catch another one. I noticed this beautiful young lady, looked like she, like a Latina from Southern California, like maybe Chicana. Didn't seem like she knew Spanish, but maybe but really close with her mom. Might be a single mom, maybe dad was a gangster, She just seemed like she had some street smarts to her, but she wasn't a dumb girl. And you could kind of tell she was getting off of work. She was wearing like all black, Who knows, maybe work at a restaurant, or just that's the uniform she has to wear. Maybe worked at Target. It was a shopping center. So, and so I was like, oh, she looks beautiful, but she wasn't like, she had no makeup on. She looked a little like tired or whatever too, like a bag under her eye. And so But she gets on the bus, and then another old lady. I let the women get on first, right? And as soon as she gets on the bus, I'm like waiting to tap my tap card, and I hear her say, "Hey, you remember me?" And like, oh shit, like she's seen somebody, and she's greeting them, and she's talking to them. Most people, when they see someone that they know, they might be unhappy or have a fucked up day, and so they'll act like they don't see you, right? Or might just say, "Oh, hey, how you doing? I want to be left alone." And also that bus, low-key, like half the bus, most of the people on there were fucking on drugs or tweaked out, or, you know, it was kind of sketch, low-key. So I think that, like, I think she might have noticed that too, you know, being a female and being on point and not part of that fucking all fucked up, you know, being productive, looking out for herself. I think she might have noticed that and just wanted to sit in the front. And then she's seen that gentleman. He was like a light-skinned older black man. And you could tell he was kind of like maybe he was a fucking, what do they call that shit? Fuck. Down syndrome or something? Maybe he had, not Down syndrome. Is it Down syndrome? I don't know what the fuck it's called. I don't know, you could tell he was a little bit slow. Like maybe he's raised by his mom his whole life and shit. But he was a super nice guy. My bus is coming. I'll finish this off right now. So I want to finish what I was saying. So back to the female that I seen on the bus. So there's these women at my job. I get enchanted by their beauty. But there's still like an uncertainty there. There's still like, oh, I don't know how they are. Oh man, the effort of having to get them to be interested in me. You know, familial love, family love, that's unconditional. For the most part, you know, you have interesting characters in your family. There's no conditions because you don't need each other. Some siblings, you don't fuck with each other. Parents, family, some people just don't fuck with each other, you know? So there ain't shit going on there. It's obsolete, non-existent. But for the most part, a child, a mom, a dad, if it is what it's supposed to be, there's no conditions. They're gonna accept you with the disappointments or the failure to please them or satisfy them. At the end of the day, that's your family, you know. But even in relationships with a woman, especially for the man, she's with you for multiple reasons of agreements and conditions. You know, just like that shit you sign when you open a bank account or start an account somewhere or create a profile on these fucking apps or whatever. Agreements and conditions, right? Especially for a man. You better get your ass up in the morning. A man wakes up, opens his eyes, turns over, looks at his wife. But before that, he's saying, I'm fucking tired. He's saying, already? My alarm goes off already? I'm ready to close my eyes. Turns over, looks at his wife. But before, he looks up at the ceiling. He thinks about that bed he's sleeping in. Thinks about that roof that's protecting him from the outside conditions. Thinks about that vehicle he owns, the one that his wife drives. Thinks about the bills. Thinks about his children. Thinks about where he came from. My dad did the same thing, right? Can't let them down. thinks about his desires and his wants and the goals he's still hoping to reach. He looks at his wife, you know, and he gets up. I have no choice. Gets up, goes to work. Every day he's signing that mental condition and agreement of life. It's American way. I went on a tangent, right? Trying to sound smart. But what I'm saying, when that young, beautiful woman who looked tired, but you just tell she was beautiful, and the way she was willing to engage in conversation with this older man who she had seen, whether he was living in the same apartments or he was just a neighbor that she hadn't seen in a while. She didn't even remember his name, but she remembered he was a kind man. She knew that he was a young man, not a young man, a man who has a family, a nice mother who looks after him because he might have some sort of deficiency. He was an older man, so his mom must be real old. He takes care of his mom. And the way she was talking to him, and you could tell they were, you know, just keeping up conversation to get through the moment. Like I said, she might have been sitting next to him, which was in the front of the bus because the whole bus was busy, and like half of the bus was some interesting characters. So but to me, that sweetness, that humility for her just to talk to him and not be a bitch or like, I'm too pretty to talk to him, you know? And I could kind of hear the conversation. She was saying, oh, I just got off of work, and then something about she goes to work and school. And I just was like, that to me made me fall in love. Maybe, oh shit, I'm echoing now. It made me think, I'm here early, so I kind of want to walk around and see if, now I'm talking about where I'm at right now. I'm at my college that I go to now. This is the last day of the first week. I was looking forward to it. I actually don't have work today, so I can fucking rest after this. So it just made me like, you know, these women at my job, or the women that I see walking around that may work at my job, or customers I've continuously saw, etc. It's just like a thing, oh, they're beautiful. I don't really know them. I haven't seen them in a situation, how they're gonna treat people. They have a fucked up attitude to them, like towards somebody that's like, I don't know, it's like the older people. To me, that makes it, I don't know, for some reason, I guess that's just who I am. Are they gonna be mean to some random person, or are they sweet, you know? I'm not necessarily sweet, so I need something to balance me out, you know? And it just, the psychology of it, sociology, maybe, I don't know, to me, it's weird, right? So when you don't know somebody, I just could tell the difference of like, oh damn, the uncertainty. Look at that fucking dusty. The uncertainty of, you know, of just that quick initial glance at someone and noticing their beauty, as opposed to someone who's also beautiful, but then seeing that sweet side of them and getting to know them a little more, you know? I want to go back to that, like, that weird dichotomy, that weird difference, but at the same time, it's a truth, it's a difference, but it's a compatible nature, like negative and a positive go together in a sense sometimes. And my Uber driver yesterday was a young Korean, you know, student. He had a Tesla, graduating college. He told me about his mother. She came from Korea. Her mom died. Once her mom died, she had nothing over there. You know, she had her siblings, but it's like once your parents die, who do you really have to disappoint? You know, like who? I mean, also who's really there for you? You know, So she just came out here. And then I asked him, was she like a tough lady? You know, was she a tough lady coming out here by herself? Like, was she tough on you? Like, if like I'm a woman, I came over here to another country. He's like, yeah, I guess she was, bro. He said that she was violent, but violent, not hurting anybody, but with kind of like a bipolar violence. Like she would break shit and she would have like these bipolar spouts. And he told me one time he was in water polo in high school, and his mom asked him if it was challenging. And he told me, like, you know, he told me the situation. He's like, I've always been kind of tall and kind of long. So he told his mom, no, it's not that much challenging. And for some odd reason, it got his mom upset. And that they were driving and she started like swerving on the road. And when they got to his house, she like got a hammer and broke his PS something. And now that I'm talking about it, in the moment, I was more like, yeah, that's crazy. Not that it's crazy, but I could kind of relate to my mother's spouts of like unnecessary display of emotion, you know, bitterness, sorrow, pain, you know, childhood trauma, overreactions, you know, ugly usages of tones that were real ugly, and you know, people still struggle to today. Look at this shit. This is dope, huh? Oh, this is fucking sick. It's like the pottery class. Those are fucking sick, bro. All of them are fucking amazing, honestly. And but now that I'm not justifying this guy's mother's behavior or any type of behavior like that. But I think, you know, maybe he was somebody who didn't. Maybe his mother wanted him to want to be great at something, you know, like really try at it. Maybe she's seen my son's not trying. It's hard to get him to see that he's so blessed to be in America. Like, and I came from fucking Korea. Like, really try. Like, fucking try. Like, be your best, you know, be your fucking best. Like, do more. Enjoy it, actually. Like, most parents, when they say do your best, they really want you to actually have self-belief in yourself and really enjoy it, you know, because this shit could fucking pay for college. Your parents are probably worried about how to pay for it. Well, fucking if they could see, if they just had to put extra effort, you know, if they just like practice more after school, you know, really seeing the further vision along, you know. I think that's what a lot of parents' frustration is like, fuck, like I don't want to fucking make you a slave driver. I don't want to be a slave driver, but I just want you like to do more, because that's your self-belief and that could get you further in life. And if you just fucking focus on this thing for at least 10 years of your life, you have another fucking 3 decades that you already found a way to make a living off of this. They could do all this other shit. That's when you see all these famous people, because they became famous for something that they actually focused on, and they succeed, you know, fairly young, mid-20s, they're already fucking renowned in their country or their city, or, you know, they're pretty fucking well-known already and they're successful. Then you see them want to do other shit. Like, look at Mark Zuckerberg. He's fucking doing jiu-jitsu now. I want to be like, what the fuck is this fucking cornball? But he already succeeded, you know? So he could jump in these other avenues. And then all of a sudden, like, you know, because he already built a platform, he could do all this other shit and still find a way to succeed, you know? Not saying he's going to be the best at that field, but he could go do that because he's already created a foundation with this other thing that he focused on, you know? And that's just an example. And most people want to be like, oh, look at this guy. But, you know, that person focused on it. Like, sometimes I like to smoke and like do my training, my cardio training at night, because I do like, you know, I throw kicks and punches. And if I do it during the day, I feel like, oh, people are going to like, you see somebody like at the park during the day throwing kicks and punches, like if they're not Asian, you're going to think this guy's a weirdo. Oh, look at that fucking weird guy. He looks like fucking Napoleon Dynamite. This guy's a fucking weirdo. So I do it at night. And also, I don't want people to try to test me. You know, I have tattoos. And people fucking prejudge me off my tattoos all the time, you know? All the time. And it's not easy being your boy, you know? But and I'm not the only one in this, but I listen to my music, and some of my songs make me feel good. Like, they make me so like, man, this song is fucking good, you know. And I forget that I've been doing it for a while, you know. And so when it's okay not to be arrogant about it or delusional, but if you're good at it, it's okay to realize and acknowledge that you've put in the time and the effort, you know? So, okay, but then then it turns out his mother's an actual, she just retired, but for 37 years at a junior college, she was a sociology professor. Imagine that, dealing with all the shit you're dealing with, and you're teaching kids about the mind, sociology, but you have kids and you have a divorce with your husband and you have your own bipolar issues, your own instability and character, you know? We're just humans, man. We're just fucking humans. And yeah, just like my summer school teacher, dude, she's a psychological teacher. She has a fake butt, has a fake behind, and it's what the heck? It's the society, man, is a fucking trip. Peace. So this school, I guess, really loves soccer. Men's soccer state, 3rd place. Hell yeah, it's fucking dope. Hell yeah. So I just went to the basketball gym, and it's mostly it was just females doing volleyball. Anyway, I found what I was looking for. Kinesiology. Peace. Found the weight room, but it's being used, so I want to see when I could come in. Peace. Even the pool right here. I don't know if I can come swimming. It's a little swim sesh. Actually, there's a wrestling room. It's closed for show. The pool's pretty fucking dirty. It's kind of a decent walk from, I gotta walk back uphill, but it's a cool little sports fucking facility, man. It's nice and new. You know what I mean? Most people just don't want to put in the work, you know? Or most young people, you know? You don't realize till you're older that all these fucking college entertainment, it's all entertainment for older people. And it makes money too. But it's all young people. And most don't want to work, you know? To get ahead of the pack, it'll take some extra effort. And you don't really realize that till later. Most of the time it has to be reinvigorated every day. Someone has to constantly remind you. Mind, right? Someone has to, again, tell you, you're talented, you have skill, you could do it. Don't give up. You could do more, you know? Hey, there's fucking restroom too. But I think this is the public basketball gym restroom. Kind of smells like a little bit of weed, which I think athletes use weed, you know? Oh, that's how you get in the locker room. Sick. No, that's how you fucking... All right, guys. Why don't they have punching bags around here? Really, at least if I could do a couple laps of swimming, it'd take 20 minutes of just some fucking work. Oh shit, what sport is this, dog? Look at this shit, you got leather couches. Oh yeah. Come on guys, they put the fucking, there's no football here, but some mother suckers. I didn't want to creep the ladies out that are working out in the gym. There was some dudes in there. Who's that weird guy? But anyway, yeah. Going all the way in the gym, in the locker room. Hella dope though, man, hella dope. Gotta use the restroom out here. But I have my class in 30 minutes. Still gotta get a coffee. But if I could definitely use the pool, maybe do some bottom leg work, you know? And I wonder if they have a punching bag. I should check it out later. Peace. Imagine that though. You could go, I mean, we work out when we're older anyway. Why? Because we don't want to die. We want to be strong. You know what I'm saying? So, but imagine if you just had to put a little extra effort, play a sport. You don't even got to be a starter. You know, you could be a fucking supporting cast, you know? Maybe have a few moments you could shine, you know? You know, if you enjoy it, be the best you can. But if you think about it, dude, there's people that worked, went to school, studied, just to be able to give you some sort of physical therapy after every practice, you know? And a lot of times it's our confidence, oh, we're not a starter, we're not the best, or, oh, I don't, I'm not even on the field, but you could be a guiding light for other people, you know? Show them how to utilize their resources. You could fucking, after every practice, use the physical trainer, get a massage, have them rub out where it's sore, stretch you out, you know? It's like, these people probably would wish that's what they obviously enjoy, that's their career path, so. Like it's a junior college, man. They have a really good facility, really good. Peace. Everybody knows this, but for some reason, volleyball players, because I just passed by the gym and it's young college females practicing volleyball, they always have big old thighs, and then maybe even a little belly, you know? They don't run a lot. They do have fast twitch movements and have to back pedal and jump. So I think that's partially why they're strong, have a strong base. Not to be creepy or nothing. I think me even just talking about this makes it less creepy. Trust me, I didn't like even peek in to be seen. That was gonna have been kind of creepy, but yeah, you notice that volleyball players always have some big old thighs. Beautiful women, man. It's an ideal woman to have, honestly. But I was thinking hopefully they have a punching bag and I can swim and do some leg work. I want to make some flyers and post them, like at the hiking hill that I go to. Try to get some clients that I can maybe train for an hour for like $20 an hour. They could learn boxing. I bought some boxing training equipment. They could buy their own jump rope. Most people just need someone there, like a coach, to motivate them to go a little further. Peace. Fucking floor was too hot. Fuck me up.
Inhibit.